What's up, everybody? It's me, Bryson Booker. Welcome to this Friday's review. And it's something vintage, and I love doing reviews on vintage tech. And to top it all off, it's school related. It's for classroom school use. But don't worry, I won't give you a pop quiz afterwards. Or maybe I will. Maybe I won't. I don't know. I have to think about it. I won't. Anyway, what's in this case is actually from the 1960s. Used in classrooms, educational facilities like that, maybe library or something. And as you can see at the bottom, it says Kelly. Well, that's actually the name of the building that I'm in, the Eliza Kelly School. Well, it used to be a school around the Chicagoland area. It's now a community foundation. But back in the day, it used to be a school, and they used to have a whole, but they actually have, I think, 2, 3 more sets of these. But all it is a educational headset listening system for a classroom. So I'm just going to give a review on it for you. Now there were a bunch of these things made by many different companies in the 50s and 60s and early 70s. But these particular headset, or this particular system, was made by Audiotronics. And I don't know if you can see in there, but it says multiple headset listening systems. Has the instructions right in the cover, so as soon as you take the cover off, you can read the instructions. And that's the actual bank of headphones. It looks a little messy. Obviously, it's been in here for years, almost 40, 50 years. So, but the headphones are actually in pretty good shape. So let's take a look at the headphones first. Then I'll go over the bass. Because basically, all the headphones are the same in their own way. So let's take a look at the headphones. Obviously, these are not 21st century headphones, and you can tell. But the construction on them is absolutely astounding. Construction, they took pride in what they built 50 years ago, 60 years ago. They took some major pride. You can tell here, this is real metal on the ear cup. The ear cup rotates, so you can rotate it. It feels nice and sturdy. It doesn't feel cheap at all. Not at all. This is kind of spring-loaded right here, so you can move that up, move it down, adjust it on your ear, whatever you feel comfortable. That's real metal. And then the headband is also adjustable. Also has real metal, no plastic whatsoever. The headband is a solid rubber right there, so that's pretty nice. And then on the inside of the cups, I know you can see that. Right there. Anyway, there's 4 screws that are also tightly screwed on there. And then the ear cup. This is not an extraordinary ear cup. It's basically, I forget what material they use for the ear cup. I forget, but it's a hard plastic material that they use for the ear cup. I can actually take this off, I think. Screws right off, too. Show you the speaker. There is the speaker. It's not that much at all. It's actually just a little, I don't even think that's a speaker. It's just a kind of look, I don't know what you would call these kind of speakers, but looks like a little transistor. But screw it back on. Screws back on. Nice. And then on the back, you got the Audiotronics Corporation logo, as well as a screw. So these basically fit on your ears. You can adjust it with the headband. Nice, grips your ears real good and firm, so they won't slip off or fall. Even if you drop them on the floor, these were designed to be used in classrooms, so if you maybe drop them on the floor, they won't break that easily because they're built tough. You have a very sturdy cord here. And at the end of it, you have a 1/4-inch jack that goes into the bank right here. This is the bank. This whole thing is the bank. Obviously, there's more headphones, so multiple students can listen simultaneously to the lesson or whatever. So plug that in, and then the red knob here is your volume control. This is the same on each bank. There are 8 controls and 8, well, I basically just said 8 volume controls and then 9 inputs, I believe. The 9th input over here, I believe, let me see, right there, is for connecting another listening system to this one. So if all of your students are using this particular system, you could expand it by just plugging another one right here, or maybe a different listening system. Back in the day, they all basically used the same kind of jacks, 1/4-inch jacks. And there's one more thing I want to show you. And that is the very long cord. So this cord is wired in. This cord is wired into the bank, or the base, whatever you want to call it, bank base. It's wired into the bank, and it goes to your record player, tape player, or even film strip projector with sound. Anything that you want to use for educational purposes at that time. Of course, it was basically just records and tapes for your students to listen to, maybe a story, whatever, other educational materials. You can plug that in through this. Also, if you would like to expand your player, you just get one of these from another listening system and plug it right into where I showed you over here. And then you got another listening system. And then when you're all done, when your students are all done, just stuff the cord back, wrap up the headphones. By the way, the headphones don't sound spectacular. Of course they don't. But for the time it was fine. But don't expect extraordinary sound from these headphones. Of course, they're really meant for just educational listening purposes. So voices obviously sounded a whole lot better or decent than music. Put the top on. This is a really sturdy case, so I mean, I can hit that and hit that, it won't even break. I'm telling you, it's very sturdy. Zip up the latches. Let me put my cord back. And you're ready to go or store it in your location. That's about it.